Welcome to our website. Here's the poster. We had Johan design the poster, and Chris Waterman did the photography. And it was our original poster, and we thought we would make something different, but I think everyone ended up liking this poster. So, we're Kingdom Pictures. We've been around a while, maybe 16 years. Our mission is very simple: produce motion pictures from compelling stories that promote the truth of the gospel, train talented people in the process of fulfilling their calling in filmmaking, encourage family interaction through the filmmaking process. We started out in 2007 with The Broken Road. It was a script that Eric wrote, Eric Filson, and he also directed it. I was the DP on that movie and the producer. It was really the movie that launched Kingdom Pictures into feature filmmaking, and it was a great experience. The next movie was Tailor Made, which is a short. It's about 40 minutes long, that was inspired by our desire to speak to the pro-life issue, and that was a successful film. Sidewalk Shuffle was made in 2010. It was inspired by Joshua Harris' Dug Down Deep book. He contacted me and asked if I would submit a film for a film competition, and we shot the whole movie in one day. Pre-produced it in 1 week, shot it in 1 day, edited it in another week, and that was a fun project. Sound of the Spirit came to us from Michael Wolf. He's a Messianic rabbi out of Cincinnati, and he wrote this script after he wrote another script that we were considering, but was a lot more expensive. He wrote The Wright Brothers, and I asked him to write a screenplay that would more contemporary, that's doable, and he ended up submitting this script, and we thought it was doable and it met our mission. And I asked Michael to direct the movie, given that he is involved in a ministry, Messianic ministry, and had directed before, but he had directed smaller projects. This would have been a big challenge for him. So we decided to ask him to direct it. My wife and I are partners in our business. We have 10 children, 10 lovely children, and we homeschool them all, and they also help us with our movies. Let's talk a little bit about the cost of Sound of the Spirit. Our original budget was $170,000. We ended up compromising to about $120,000 after we established an advisory board, and they had asked me if it's possible to do the film for $120,000. So we decided to finish the film for $120,000, but have the option to raise $170,000 to perfect the film and get it out to the market. I mentioned to everyone that this script requires that we have a very strong actress to play the part of Rivka. Anna Lasbury came to us. She was the first person we saw. She walked in our door, and we hadn't even opened up auditions, and she turned out to be perfect for this role. Let's talk about our partners. When we went into fundraising, we realized that we would need a coalition of the willing. We also decided to put together an advisory board made up of supporters and givers, and that group decided that it'd be better to work through a nonprofit so that people can just donate and give to the movie in order to meet this goal. So early in the spring, we decided to do a trailer, and this was to fulfill a desire for us to sort of help Michael connect with his crew and his talent. And so it was more of a screen test. We also, Eric and I talked about the possibility of working with the new digital DSLR technology. Actually, we were looking at some more expensive gear. We had a rep from Sony bring in the F3. Chris and Eric did some shooting with that to see if it's a way to go. And we decided that it would be an expensive option. So we ended up going with the 5D Mark II. After we made the decision to go with the 5D Mark II, it was a camera that we could have options of a backup camera. We also decided that we needed to make sure that this will give us the best image quality. So we looked at the option of getting real cinema lenses. And still, we were very interested in keeping our budget at 120. And that was going to be a challenge in itself because the script is 116 pages. It was 124 scenes. Interesting, our team clicked and got together, and we ended up doing this trailer that actually works. Let me talk about our advisory board. Our advisory board is made up of givers and supporters who were going to help guide the film in our fundraising efforts. Our group met regularly over the phone. We had conferences. And these folks are people who love Michael and the ministry that he's involved with in Cincinnati. And we had a series of meetings in people's homes where we would present our trailer and our idea for this film. And they saw our heart, Kingdoms Pictures' goals, and also Michael Wolf's ministry. The advisory board decided that we needed to go the nonprofit route. And we did that with TaylorMade, so it was something we were used to. The advisory board decided to work with Transformation Cincinnati of Northern Kentucky, and Terry Fisher of Transformation Cincinnati participated in our advisory board meetings. And the idea was that the givers can give to a nonprofit who would award the grant to Kingdom Pictures to produce the film. Let me talk about our team. Our team is made up of Sean, who is our line producer, Chris Waterman, who was our associate producer, Michael Wolf, our director, Eric Filson, our director of photography, Jerry Nichols, who is our first assistant director, Nancy Mott, who is our casting director, Bart Willard, who is our production designer, Elizabeth Myers, who is our location manager, and the rest of the crew. Our principal casts consisted of Anna Lasbury, who played Rivka, Lena Willard, who played Raina, Rob Diaz, who played Marty, Matt Hodges played Nikki, Rob Weidenfeld played Sydney, Bob McGuire, who played Rabbi Stein, Faith Yesner played Jackie, Glenna Reinhardt played Secretary, Jim Doherty played Eric Posner, Greg LaFuse played Rabbi Khan, Schuster was played by Stan Solomon. We had a terrific crew, and everyone gelled together, had the same passion, and we accomplished a little miracle. We had 116 pages, 124 scenes to produce the movie in 20 days. A typical film shoots 4 or 5 pages a day, about 10 hours a day, and works about 6 days a week. Our production had 8 to 10 pages per day, 14-hour days, 5 days only. because Michael Wolff worships on Saturday and the rest of us worshiped on Sunday. So we had to have 2 Sabbath days. Okay, let me talk about our budget. At $120,000, we realized we could get the film in the can. But in order to finish the film, we needed about an extra $50,000. Our creative team was stretched at 14-hour days in order to create sets, do company moves, and maintain a high level of quality. Tackling the movie, we realized that it would be very, very helpful to our schedule, because we had a tough schedule, if we actually built some sets. Bart Willard and his team had the burden of creating 2 or 3 bedrooms. And so Crossroad Bible College, which was another partner of ours, offered us a large classroom to be able to create these sets. We had a lot of fun doing it because they were so good to work with. They were very flexible with our schedule. And we want to really thank Dr. Ware and his team. Elizabeth Meyer made this happen because she works at the school and she understood our needs. Bart Willard, production designer, and Genevieve, who was our prop master, had the burden of building 3 bedrooms in a large classroom at Crossroad Bible College. They also had to turn those rooms around in a day. So this was designed so that we can actually avoid more company moves. So we want to thank the school, Dr. Ware, and Crossroad Bible College for being amazing in support of this film. Our team used every creative options to be able to make the best possible film under this very restricted schedule and also limited resources. Eric Filson made the choice to bring Tim Porter on board as a camera operator. And this was to allow for him to have the flexibility to design the shots and have him operate. So the team not only had a limited resources and limited time, but there was still a real desire to make the best possible film. Our lighting team was made up of Tom Pielmeyer and Andrew Gorell, who, the 2 of them, lit this film and had to move fast, working 14 hours. It was crazy, but the movie looked great. Eric had them support him in lighting and shooting the movie. And we also had a wonderful focus puller in Josiah Staggers, who was on task, but everyone had to wear several hats, whether you were pulling focus, but you may also be handling the camera and helping out with the lighting. So it was a crew that was versatile, committed, worked very fast under extreme difficult situations. We had a wonderful support team of volunteers, and we also had a wonderful makeup team to keep us moving. And we love you all. Marketing. The Sound of the Spirit may be the first of its kind, a film that showcased the Messianic movement and how that relates to the Jewish community. It's a film that's going to help believers understand the plight of Jewish believers, and it'll help people understand Messianic Judaism. And it may also open doors for the message of the gospel of Yeshua to reach the Jewish people. Our target market is the Christian community and Jewish outreach ministries. There are various opportunities for distribution. Distribution is always a challenge for an independent filmmaker, and we feel very confident with our film that we will land a wonderful distributor. And here you can see these are the targeted distributors that we are most interested in working with. And we continue and covet your prayers and being able to secure a good distributor who understands this film and is able to take it to the market. Thank you for visiting our website. We look forward to seeing you on the big screen.